Alright, y'all. Welcome back to Pyre. Continue on our journey. Ooh. So we got Ragged Rock. Rookie spotted wreckage in the air and believes there could be valuables to find. Tizo seems very eager to see the wagon head in this direction. Let's go see why Tizo's so interested. I trust that little imp's instincts. The imp Tizo has been much more animated, even more than usual. What is it, little one? Scree! Tizo seems to think something very delicious is in these waters. He keeps on screeching. I don't think I've ever seen him like this. Wait, what is he? Just then, Tizo dives into the waters and vanishes into the depths. Oh, I hope he can swim. He can, but he appears crestfallen when he finally returns, his claws empty. Tizo's very disappointed that whatever he attempted to catch eluded him. Ray begins to sob uncontrollably. The two revel in each other's misery for a time. Oh no. You and your companions look up upon the deathless tempest. The stars demand you sail beyond it, yet the very thought is beyond reason. Then something in the nearby water stirs, and from it springs something familiar. Hold, good ladies and good sirs, this knight beseeches you to hear him if you please. What is it now, worm? The rites are ended. We have no further need of you. Oh, but you do, and in turn this knight has further need of you, good lady. Out with it, then. Let us be joined! Let this knight join you, please! Can you believe this, Hedwyn? Not really, no. Nay, look ye not so surprised. Your valor in the rites did stir this poor knight's soul. He swears to you upon his long-lost honor as a would-be knight-errant of the Sea Dominion that he shall serve you to the end. What about your other worm friends back there, the Pyre Hearts? They are base cowards. This knight can no longer abide such spineless characters, having witnessed true glory in our clash upon the hulk of oars. Never before have we been trounced so thoroughly. And furthermore, this knight shall aid your passage through the deathless tempest. Is it not so that you seek passage to the north? With this knight's aid, you shall achieve your wish. Sir Gilliam continues to persuade you for quite some time. He seems to know a way to cross the storm, some sort of long-held secret among worms exiled to these waters. Jodario pulls the rest of you aside after Hedwyn gives her a look. Excuse me. Are you most sure that Sandalwood would want this thing along? No, surely. Sandalwood wants someone for each mask, and this one seems about as good as we're going to get. Dodariel glowers back at the worm, who tries his best to look presentable. Hedwyn is more gracious. He tells Sir Gilliam that if he promises to help you cross the deathless tempest, then he can come along for now. This knight is overjoyed, and he hereby swears to see you pass the storm. Though first, this knight requires your consent. Give unto this knight your blessings in the name of the Nightwings, and thus shall he go forth. I know what he means. As you begin to say something in response, Sir Gilliam cries out in triumph. He vanishes into the depths, yet, though through this close encounter with him, you cling to some sense of where he is going and what he intends to do. I like Sir Gilliam, he's cool. Oh, that's interesting. Determined to prove himself to you in the Night Wing, Sir Gilliam emerges somewhere in the outer reaches of the Sea of Solace and calls out to you. Master Reader, if you can hear this knight, then he implores you now. Lend him your guidance. This knight's objective ought be not far east of here. Today we shall bring priests to the embroiled sea. Know, however, that among this knight's brethren, the actions we are about to take are highly forbidden. But they are highly just. Thus Sir Gilliam sets forth to quell the storm that rages to the north. Oh, there we go. Hark! Yonder lie the foul spawn of the unfathomed plurns. The sea titan once slayed by the scribe underking, Ors. Her brood lies dormant in the sea. Tales of her monstrosity long spread across the world, boiling the seas with her wrath. Exiled worms within these waters have harbored these abominations, using them to bar passage to the downside's channels for any save this knight's own kind. Begone from here, fiends! This night shall finish what the Under-King Ors started. 7th the 8th scribes of the Book of Rites, known as the Preserving or the Sea Soldierer, the legendary leader of the Worms Undersea Crusade, sought to reach the edge of the abyss. Oh, okay. It's like AoE stuff, too. That's pretty badass. Hold it right there, you traitor slug. How dare you turn your back on this knight to your superior? Superior by rank no longer, for we no longer serve the Commonwealth, last this night checked. Here you hold no sway over this night. Ah! And what have you done to the spawn? Have you no honor left at all? This knight has done that which required doing. His honor cannot sink much lower anyhow. I figured this would be an ideal time to free himself from servitude to you. Why you dare to staunch the tempest for those night wings? Good Sir Deluge. This knight was born to dare. Now come and fight this knight if you so dare as well. Ah, Pyre Hearts, banish him. This is an order. We're gonna mess him up. Cha, later, Gator. Cha, later, Gator. What now, Sir Deluge? Shall you not face this knight yourself, and leave the dirty work unto your charges? Fine, Gilliam. You say you wish to stand against your commander, then have it your way. Sir Marsh, Lady Seagrass, to me, banish now this troublemaker. He is a worm knight, duty-bound to serving Sir Deluge and the Pyre Hearts. She is a worm knight, duty-bound. Yeah, okay, so... Woo! Later, Gator. You are a master of this night no longer, Sir Deluge. Thus shattered our fraternal bonds. This knight would say 'twas an honor serving you, Deluge, but that would be a bald-faced lie, and yet another strain upon his blackened reputation. Until we meet again. Well, wait, you lowly traitor. This night we'll have your head. Gilliam! Or Gilman? Gilliman? Is he French? Oh. As the day wears on, there is still no sign of the Worm Knight. Your companions grow restless, but then... Hail! This knight returns with newfound tales to tell, and new scars to show for them. Sir Gilliam is sopping wet and visibly shaken. He struggles to maintain decorum. He is, in short, the very image of a Worm Knight. And more importantly, the little tempest ought no longer pose a threat for you now. Behold! As if on cue, the deathless tempest begins to simmer and subside. Would you look at that? He really did it. Of course this knight did it! Now, if it would be alright with you, this knight could really use some shut-eye. The Worm Knight then collapses in exhaustion. You and Hedwyn help him up. A deal's a deal, Sir Gillum. Welcome to the Nightwings. Huzzah! Nice. Got us a new homeboy. With Sir Gillum's aid, you managed to breach the Tempest. You were true to your word, Worm, I shall give you that. But now what? You're stranded in this cursed storm. A most excellent question from one most fair. Call me that one more. Call me that once more, and I shall tie you in a knot. Ah, and from one most spirited as well. This knight was wise to side with ye. Just where do we turn from here? Answer the question now. Sir Gillum does no such thing, although eventually he does make note of a specific current that should lead you to the lands beyond. If I may, I can corroborate Sir Gilman's account. We are close to making landfall. Then let me be the first to say, let's go. Tariq? Aye, Ruki. What is it? That loot you're always carrying around. You know how to play that thing, don't you? Why, suppose I do. Good, because I was thinking it's a little gloomy here and we could use a little tune to lighten up the mood, know what I mean? Aye, then let me see what I can do.
Before the salt and roiling sea, the moon began to cry. The valley ran with sorrowful tears and filled the waters high. The misty morning over the brine belies a leaden sky. The stars all hide away from the chill until the evening rise. Oh, oh, oh,
At last your wagon rumbles onto solid, jagged ground, the land called Black Basin. Black Basin, black gas, searing vapor, and strangling forests mark the forsaken lands that loom across the sea. The 8 scribes first discovered this, the northern landmass of the downside. Your fellow exiles unpack the wagon so that you can take stock of how best to reach your destination. There's near clear path up the cliffs, and so you'll need to use what time you have to make one. Ah, Sir Gillum. You approach Sir Gilman, who has just finished practicing his fencing maneuvers. He regards with his single eye. Hail, Master Rita! This knight is determined to train harder, having joined the famous Nightwings. He shall ensure that the Trimium, I don't know how to say that word, and it bugs the hell out of me, continues to live up in the most feared reputation. This is such an honor, and this knight has a great deal of honor to regain. Having fled the Pyre Hearts, this knight fully expects now to conduct the rites in a most honorable fashion, to the fullest letter of the law described within the books. Some triumvirates this knight has met, and perchance mentioned by name, they are inclined to bend the rules a bit, sometimes a lot, and to prevail by any means they can. But this is wrong! The exile who refuses to obey the rules, as they were written by the King Ores and his 7 friends deserves neither his honor nor his freedom. Thusly does this knight have confidence the Master Reader shall resist any temptations to conduct the rites in any underhanded fashion. Now then, this knight must undergo a thorough cleansing, having trained until the point of foulness. So please excuse him, Master Reader. He slithers off, humming some sort of chivalrous tune. Oh, I really like Gil. I'm glad he's part of our team. Onward and upwards. You find that Hedwyn has asked for several volunteers to scout the area and report back. Alright everyone, don't go too far and let's meet back by dusk. Please use caution. The exiles dwelling in these lands are, well, rather territorial. For your part, you remain with the Black Wagon to keep watch. You see occasional dark shapes soaring across the sky, but none of them draw near enough for you to see in any detail. Eventually, your companions make their way back, and everyone arrives as planned or earlier. Hi everyone! I'm back! I have come back! Ray returns from the east with little report, save for word that the glowing molten rock there is very, very hot. This knight yet lives, although he has little else to report. The newest member of the group, Sir Gilman, returns from the northern pass, visibly shaken. He appears to have discovered an intense fear of heights. Tizo wonders whether any species of fish live in the pools or rocks nearby. The little imp Tizo seems disappointed to have left the water behind. He remains with you near the wagon. There's a western path that seems traversable. If we travel by the light of dawn, the shadows and the crags may well cover our advance against whoever may be watching. Begging your pardon, I do not wish to contradict your strategy, madam, though, in my experience, we shall not remain hidden for long during the climb toward the nest of Trista. According to the stars, the next rite shall commence here soon. The exiled harp matriarch lived in solitude among these very cliffs. The exiles of the High-Wing remnants, you may have no love for them inherently, but they have no such qualms with me for now. I may be able to negotiate safe passage. The last surviving faction of the Winged Harps, the ancient enemies of the Commonwealth. They are, of course... Oh, okay, I've heard that before. Negotiate with them? Then Hedwyn steps in as the lone minstrel bows and backs away. Hey, let's not decide on this just yet. We're not going anywhere right now. That much we can agree on. We'll decide how best to go ahead come morning. For now, let's take the rest of the afternoon and get our bearings. Jodariel glares at the sky as everyone else disperses. You have the rest of the day to practice your vocations. I'm going to mentor a companion. Having gleaned knowledge from the Book of Rites, you can impart some of its teaching, as each exile's path toward enlightenment is personal. You will have to mentor them one at a time. I'll mentor Sir Gilman. This knight shall be your eager protege. You illustrate to Sir Gilman some of the intricacies of the rites, focusing on how all three in a triumvirate can move and act as one mind. You sense he grasps some of the concepts. Sweet. That's a lot. Huzzah! Great wisdom clouds over this knight's entire consciousness. Let's see, so we can circle and always a bonus. He shall instantly return. That's pretty nice. That's also really nice. I'm gonna go with this. Wow, this knight has never before understood the value of the written word. I'm gonna listen to Jodariel. I've ignored her a couple times. The shattered lands of the Black Shore proved difficult to traverse for the Black Wagon. The low roads, the nest of Trista passes through razor-sharp sands. The land beyond the Sea of Solace extrudes from the ocean on a bed of black glass. Jodariel searches for a solid path forward to little avail. Fie on these blasted lands. How are to proceed through this? Perhaps I may be of some assistance. This place is not so unfamiliar to me, nor are its hidden denizens. Please remain with the others until I return, madam. I shall not be long. Minstrel disappears into the cliffs before Jodariel can protest. In the meantime, you and she continue to keep watch, sensing unseen eyes. Last time that one disappeared on us, we searched for him for days. But this time he soon returns. I've secured safe passage through the nest of Tristia. We may proceed. Secured safe passage? With whom, exactly? Just then, a winged woman dives down from the sky. She looks Jodariel up and down, and then she soars away without a word. The lone minstrel says nothing more either. Jodariel's scowl deepens. For centuries, the Commonwealth withstood the High Wing remnants' treacherous assaults, thanks to soldiers such as she. Oh. So I had to work with them anyways. I should have went the other way. At last you arrive at the nest of Trista, where the next rite is soon to commence. You cannot shake the feeling that unseen eyes watch your wagon's ascent, and remain watching now. Alright. It's got a new page. I like to check that out. Learn more about this emperor. The emperor lay there bleeding and alone, stranded in a bitter land beyond the river. With fleeting consciousness he understood the folly of his quest, and the folly of his rule over his country. Thus did he await the last embrace. It was the imp Haub that nursed him back to health, and warned him often of the dangers he would have to face. Many enemies of Myr would come in search for him, some under employment by the rope collar, some longing openly for cold, uncomplicated vengeance. I was one of them. I plunged into the river willingly. We needed to be sure that he was dead. Oh, hey, you guys. What brings you out here? No, wait. Don't tell me. I don't want to know. All I want is you to get the best deals and the downside. Get rid of this, because I'm definitely not going to use that. I'll go ahead and get the bit of stardust I can. Thanks, guys. Good luck in that thing you're going to tonight. So let's see. Definitely not bringing in Jody, because she is all sorts of hoped out. Yeah, she's got like 6 hope. We are not bringing her in. Let's go ahead and bring in my boy Rook. I'll bring in... I haven't used Headwind in a while. So use Headwind. Give him more presence. And actually make that... Can I make that better? No, I can't make it that much better. Some more hope. Alright, I think we're ready for the rite. You and your fellow exiles gather in the blasted lands called the Nest of Trista, expecting the imminent commencement of the rites. You see no sign of any adversaries, but then you hear a whooshing sound above. This, then, is what passes for the Nightwings now. Such a rabble, not even dressed for the occasion yet. Seems the scribes have little pride in their tradition. Hold your tongue, little bird. We have not come for talk. No, you have come on behalf of your commonwealth. Mark well my words, you horned filth. When at last we free ourselves, your home shall burn. With that, the harp swoops off as Jodariel glowers after her. Those are winged warriors from the mountainous offskirts of the Commonwealth, where they are feared. They fled to their mountain nest, awaiting the day when they would darken the skies and retake the land. It is only then that you realize another harp has come. She is quite serious, I assure you. I can help you sort her out. It's in our mutual interest. You know not of my interest. Let's give that another shot. Hi, my name's Pamitha Tyan. She appears to be one of the winged harps of the High Wing Remnants, now bound in exile. The surly one back there, that was my blood sister. No need to judge her harshly, though. We have only met just now, though I must say, something about you reminds me of her. How dare you implicate that I have anything in common with your ilk? Just then, Hedwyn shows up to intervene. He whispers something to Jodario. No, Hedwyn. You can't be serious. Jody, I'm asking you to trust me on this one. Am I perhaps interrupting something? Say, by the by, however did you make it all the way across the sea? Didn't see you fly in. Trust is something I am loath to give away, Hedwyn, but you have set our course thus far, and I have followed. So, do as you must. That sandalwood had better have an explanation for all this. Jodariel storms off as Hedwyn turns to you. What's your take on this one, my friend? Our informant wants someone for each mask. I hadn't expected we'd run into a harp, yet here she is. What are you getting from her? You turn your attention to Pamitha, who has been watching with bemused interest. Ah, reader, are you? Pleasure to make your acquaintance, darling. Well, here I am. Gaze intently all you like and tell your comrade the truth of it, why don't you? Can I help you? No, you can't do that. Get out of here. You sense that she's conflicted about something, though you do not know what. You also sense, however, that her motives, here and now, are earnest. Hedwyn, what's your initial impression of Pamitha? I don't know. I don't know her. Tell Hedwyn that you cannot adequately judge Pamitha just yet. While you have certain reservations, you defer to him on what to do. I understand, my friend, and I appreciate your backup on this one. Above all, I need to give Sandalwood the benefit of the doubt, which means doing the same right now for Pamitha. We've come this far thanks to certain faith, and right now it's telling me to take her with us, even though Jodario isn't going to like it. He then turns to Pamitha. I'm Hedwyn. We'll accept your offer on 2 conditions if you'll hear me out. Conditions? Why sure, I love a good condition or two. First, after we're finished here tonight, you come along and make sure that your blood sister and her friends don't give us any trouble when we're headed out. Second, you'll have to find a way to get along with Jodariel, whom you met earlier. Brilliant! I had no plans to stick around here anyway. As for your demon friend, no doubt we'll get on famously. Now, I don't suppose you have an extra set of raiments I could use, because I think the rite is getting started. You look up and see that she is right. Cool, welcome.
I thought for sure the stars would have eluded you by now. Yet here you are, somehow, upon the nest of Trieste. And you've swelled the ranks of your triumvirate not merely with another, but with
Triumvirate.
one from the Pyre heart, no less. And one who seeks the favor of the adversaries whom you'll imminently face. They are the essence. Winged terrors, as you soon shall see. Can your longing for freedom match their hatred for the vibrant country that was once your home?
From a distance you observe as Pamitha, now clad in Nightwing's raiments, heads towards your adversaries in the rites. You, what sort of heathen harp would dare take wing against us? And your companion then loosens the bindings on her mask. Hello there, Pamitha. She's wearing harps. Pamitha's blood sister stares back at her a while before responding. What in the saint's name are you doing here with them? 5th of the 8 scribes of the Book of Rites, known as the Disciplined, or the Blessed-born, the eldest of the Harp matriarchs, she anointed the Book of Rites and gave its words their power. Doubtless you come to dig your talons in my back again. No, sister, I've come to have a word with you. Save it. I cannot help but share your poisoned blood, but I shan't ever count you as my sister. You expect me to believe that you came all this way for talk? You waste your time as ever. What's life if not a waste of time, dear sister? Give me a chance, why don't you? What do you even have to lose anymore? Besides, I've come a long way. Silence, you shan't have come here, and the time for talk is long since past. If only you could see yourself, again consorting with my enemies. Fine then, savor their defeat, but I warn you, stay away from me. Ametha says nothing more as her blood sister turns away again. Ametha gets your attention. Listen to me, reader, darling. The rest of you are ill-equipped to navigate this place. Let me conduct this rite on your behalf, and my wings will bring you victory. Dear lady, your words ring true. This knight is flattered that you have not eaten him as in the tendency among your kind, as is the tendency. This knight hereby volunteers his post in the Triumvirate for thee. Sir Gilliam refuses to participate in the rites this night so that Ametha can face her sister. You observe the treacherous terrain. Ametha should be better suited to the rites here than the rest of you.
Who shall conduct the rites?
Well, I'm definitely going to take her, but I'm going to have to snag me teeny presents. Okay, I'm going to bring in Tizo too. I'm going to give him that talisman. He's reluctant. Well, I thought you'd never ask there, darling. I accept. If the little bird is going to conduct the rites for us, then I shall not. That's fine, your hope was all sort of messed up anyways. More presents there, my friend.
Tizo.
Tizo promises to do his best against Ametha and the Essence. I'm bringing Headbun in anyways. Getting that Moon Crest back.
Headwind.
You can count on me, my friend.
No.
Come then, sister. Perhaps we are finished here. When we are finished here, you'll spare a moment of your time. I shan't be tricked by you again, Ametha. How poetic that we meet here in the downside. I can think of nowhere else where I would rather see you rot for what you did. To our people, and to me. Ooh, history. Ametha seems to sense your presence and then catches your attention. Hello there, Rita darling. If I'm to be at your mercy in all this, I'd like it very much if you could minimize how often I am to wallow in a state of banishment. Quickly, let me show you what my sisters of the Highwing Remnants can do.
Rita, you put yourself amidst a feud between two sisters? That seems entirely unwise. Even for you. Tread lightly around that exiled Agatha. Her kind's all but forgotten Saint Triesta's grace.
See, darling, we harps were not so bad. Now I suppose we better get to work, hmm? Just don't go underestimating Ametha over there. She's a vengeful tactician of the Highwing. I trust you'll do the best you can. To the sky, sisters. Talon formation. Ooh, talon formation.
A bit of a blunder.
Oh.
The Nightwing
Tizo's on it.
to strike.
Headman, was it? Tell me something. You know how to fly? I wish I did right about now. Then listen up. My blood sister there, she'll swoop right past you if you're careless. Warharp simply cannot get much altitude down here. So if she goes for any unfair tricks, just jump for it and catch her in the act. She always hated when I used to do that to her. Oh!
Careless step. Oh. Onward thus to greater glory.
Poor Hedwin.
Just,
Grace.
I love his little...
Banishment. Banished, one and all. Edwin plunged into their fire.
Job, Headman!
Poor exile. Oh. Now you
Oh.
are Nightwings. Tread lightly.
Okay, luckily the computer's being really dumb. Oh!
Amethyst thrusts herself into the searing flame. My. Careless.
Oh!
Ah. So it is.
I just gotta get one more person. Damn you, Pamitha. You are no true Titan. To think that you have the gall to call me sister, still after everything you wrought upon us. A feared clan of the Highway Remnants, Pamitha and Tamitha are its surviving members. I hate to break it to you, Pamitha, but I don't think my actions, however much they hurt you, had any effect on our familiar status. Look, I know I wronged you, that's why I'm here. You don't know my side of the story. Your side of the story. If I wanted to hear more lies and deceptions, I'd have asked the Commonwealth to stay my sentence for a while. Well, if you have come all this way to face me, Pamitha, then come and do it. You and me. You think they see Pamitha shake her head? Everyone, stay back.
What is it those two think they're doing?
Oh, damn.
The rights are not the place to settle petty scores. Your
Oops,
power
why did I do
is
that?
'Twas dangerously close. And it is done. Do you know who prevailed? They stood no
Nightwings.
chance.
Yes. Nightwings.
The right
And now we've got a bitch with wings,
is
so...
complete.
You Commonwealth filth, only through that traitor's help could you have beaten us. You postpone the coming of our liberty, but we are ever patient, and our sisters are on the other side shall have their day, with or without my aid. Tamitha, wait, please. You found good company there, Pamitha. May you wither here with them. I hope sincerely we shan't ever meet again. Pamitha stands motionless as her blood sister departs. Tizo is trying to let Pamitha know the others are returning to the wagon. Sure, I don't see why not.
The 8 scribes bless us with their ways. A flash of inspiration for next time. The imp Tizo appears to have a certain depth of knowledge.
Nice. Tizo has just had a flash of inspiration about his role in the ranks, and as part of the Night Wings. Let's see. Okay. That would be nice. That's interesting.
Until the stars align.
After prevailing over the essence with ease, you and the others return to your wagon to consider your next move on how to best integrate Pamitha into the group. Don't worry, I won't be staying any longer than it takes. I like my fresh air, so I can sleep up on the roof. I trust the rites will cause my path and Tamitha's to cross again before long. You're welcome with us for now, Pamitha. Trust is what we got here. Isn't that right, Ruki? Haruki does not seem to hear the question. He's been rather quiet since first encountering your new guest. Pema shoots him one of her smiles. He stammers something about having to check the wagon's wheels again. He runs off. During the discussion, the minstrel pulls you aside. Reader, I ask a moment of your time outside. There's somewhere I may ask we go, here in the Black Basin, Reader. By your leave, of course, and provided that the stars allow it. Would you look upon them for us, please? Ooh, the Vernal Star. The Vernal Star burns bright over the densest woods in Black Basin. The Glade of Lu, directly west, then. It's just as my Kai indicated. Right sap scholar Lu Skolarin, here vanquished the root titan, limbless Ozrich. This client of yours, our informant, Sandalwood? He entrusted us with this wagon, this quest. Why? What does he want from us? You may ask him yourself. He waits us somewhere in Waking Wood due west. How do we find him? He shall find us. It seems you are soon to finally meet Sandalwood. At dawn, you shall have to cross a single narrow path leading west, where he supposedly awaits. Alright, it's about time we figure some stuff out about the Sandalwood. Pamitha's moonshine. You approach Pamitha, who has kept to herself since she joined your small band. You sense she is unaware of you as she preens her flight feathers, but then she speaks up before you can do the same. Come to check up on me, reader darling? In those first moments when we met, the lack of confidence which you related to that nice headwind boy. It's understandable, you do not see past these wings. One of your kind's ancient enemies just happens to insert herself in your group, and you just go with it? However, I assure you that my motives here are plain, you'll see. I have business with my blood sister Tamitha, and nothing more. You briefly met, I think. She's quite a catch. As to the little quibble between us, well, it's a long story, all in all. One that's frankly no one's business but hers and mine. Surely we'll run into her again, maybe not soon, but in time, and we have the rest of our long lives to wait. Anyways, happy to aid you in your quest until such time, especially to the extent that it aids me in mine, a simple exchange. Until then, stay vigilant, darling. You needn't concern yourself with making small talk with someone like me, and besides, we harps have a saying, liars abound. She swoops away before you can respond. I'm ready to meet Sandalwood. The wagon has hit a snag, descending the Black Crags. Its wheel is stuck. Dodariel's not pleased. First that blasted little bird, now this. Though you lack Dodariel's raw strength, you join in as she attempts to dislodge the wagon. At last, with a roar and a heave, she forces the wagon back onto solid ground. May this sandalwood be worth all of the hassle. Thank you, Jody. I'm guessing Sandalwood doesn't like to be kept waiting. He's very patient, on the contrary. Not I. Let us move on. Soon the wagon is prepared to press onward, down the jagged slopes toward Waking Wood. Your companions who explored ahead advise on which of the forked paths is best. I need something valuable, honestly. I need something to sell. Sir Gilman is relieved at your decision to take the flatter of the two paths down the Black Crags, though nonetheless seems rather shaken by the steep trip down. This knight mislikes these heights. For shame, Master Reader. You must take this knight for a common craven coward. He buries his head in the soil. When at last you coax him back up, you see that it has an item of some sort. Ha-ha! This knight did have you fooled there, did he not? He explains how finding the item was his plan all along. Nice. His fear of heights remains. Having passed beyond the Black Crags, your wagon arrives at the edge of Waking Wood. It is here the Sandalwood is expecting you. However, most puzzling, he ought to have met us here. He said he would find us himself. I, who's to find us at the edge of these woods. We're supposed to keep waiting for him. He would desire for the stars to be your guide, as always. The rights beckon and the rights take precedence above all else. Surely he'll find us yet. Then let's keep moving. How do we get through these woods? Don Minstrel notes two possible paths forward from this point, though cautions that the woods are difficult to navigate and Sandalwood would have known the most expedient path. I should probably go to the clearing. Sandalwood is a master in the rights, or used to be at least. Then, well, it is not my place to say. Doubtless he shall tell you in due time. Now if only we could find him. He used to mentor his own companions in the rights, not far from here. However, you find no trace of the informant anywhere nearby, and without his guidance you remain quite lost in the woods. The woods seem to have encroached. There is no path forward, while neither of the paths leading backward appear to match the route you took to this point. Huh. Alright, we're gonna follow Ray this time. The woods are so disorienting at this point that you decide to break for camp and survey the surroundings for any clues. Perhaps later this should be time to pursue your vocations. The Beyonder Crystal seeks Jodari, huh? There you are again, my lovely reader. How may I be of service? Let me ask you something, lovely reader. Have you any idea for how long I have been imprisoned here? You guess the Senator could have been in her current state of exile since well before the dawn of the current age. At first she shows no indication that she even heard you. Close. Soon enough I shall be getting there. I've been in prison for 837 years. According to my count, at least. It is possible I have lost track, although given my state, I can assure you that I have had ample time to verify my arithmetic. She goes silent for a time. Let me give you some advice. If you decide to kill the Emperor, make sure you achieve what you set out to do. I expected my own death, regardless of the outcome of my task. I was not expecting this. Certainly not to be telling you about it 837 years later, or however long that has been. Although, enough of that for now. Let's get back to business. Certainly, my reader. You need but indicate who is to be the subject for this round. The only one who can. Oh! Oh well. Now, Standard Administrator, one of her special trails for Jodariel. That surly demon, is it? She could stand to lighten up, though I fear that is not a secret I can teach. But let us bring her forth regardless. Soon Jodariel appears in heat of the summons. What is the meaning of this, reader? What is the meaning of this, reader? Where are the others? The apparition Sandra appears and loosens her mask. Welcome to my humble home, demon. You are good at taking orders now. State your purpose quickly, Wraith. My purpose is to put you to the test. You may be fearsome to behold, but you are old and slow. Your weakness perhaps outweigh your strengths, though I sorely wish to see you and your lovely reader prove me wrong. Old, she says. Very well then, reader. Let us show her whether she is right. That was good. Okay. Fuck you, Harpy. Ugh. Boom. Are you satisfied now, Wraith? I am never satisfied, demon. However, your performance was sufficient, and you passed my test. Thus, congratulations are in order to you and to your lovely reader. Now farewell. That was a strange experience. What do you have there, reader? Nice. I'll give Jodariel hers. Oh yeah, that's fine. He was here! He was here! You mean Sandalwood? If I may ask, how can you be so certain? I think from this. It says something. I don't know what it says, but I feel like it has to mean something. Ray produces a small strip of bark she found in the ashes. At first it seems like nothing of interest until you see a message carved onto the side. On the inside, excuse me. So it's some kind of message from the Sandalwood guy. Seems that way. Which way to Cinder Route? A hush clearing south of the Glade of Lu. Grounds well traveled by saps knowledgeable on the rights. It's due west. Perhaps we can set forth early tomorrow when the woods are still. Sounds good. Everyone rest up. Big day coming up. Go ahead and search for stuff. You arrive on the outskirts of Cinderu, but once again the informant Sandalwood is nowhere to be found. You sense the hopes of your companions waning as you search through the area yields nothing. Then something startles the little Tizo. He is the burnable. Skra! Tizo seems to be crying out in surprise. He has spotted something or someone. A tall figure strides forward from the trees, making a sound like laughter. The imp charges towards him, and leaps right into the figure's arms. They embrace. Hail, Tizo! But you looked famished here. This must be Sandalwood. The tall sap, Tyri-like creatures known for their ingenuity, cleverness, and ambition. Having allied with them, the Commonwealth achieved in decades what it could not achieve in centuries. The tall sap produces something that the imp swallows immediately and with great pleasure. The lone minstrel nods his head in affirmation. Everyone, I wish to introduce you to my client, Volfred Sandalwood. It's been too long, Volfred, sir. Too long indeed, Tariq. I trust your new companions bring some color to your days. They do, sir. I think you shall find them worthy of the Nightwings. The sap looks so upon the lot of you. You cannot sense his thoughts. We shall see. He then turns to you. He must be the reader. I'm certain that we all appreciate your efforts here, my girl, though we shall manage on our own from here on out. You're welcome to continue with us, of course, though you're free to go. I trust you have been adequately compensated for your time. Thanks as well for looking after all my books. You consider what to say to all of this. Yeah, I would be like, fuck that. You stand your ground, meeting Volfred's steady gaze, and assert to him that you do not feel your commitments to and from this group have been yet satisfied. Hold on. Volfred, sir, I'm Hedwyn. My companions and I are the ones who answered your call. We followed the signs you left for us. Now we're here, thanks to you, and also to this reader. Not just a reader, she is our friend. My friend. She's not disposable. We made her a promise, and our freedoms are now intertwined. Volfred smirks at this. Freedom's not something to be traded or exchanged, my boy. I'd hope that you would have come to grasp this much by now. He breathes a sigh. Seems we've started off on the wrong foot. It's not my wish to sour the occasion, for there's much to do. You have a right you need to go to, do you not? I'll come along, though shall not interfere, for it seems you have a kinship with this reader of yours. Now then, Tariq. Aye, Volfred, sir. Come, let's have a chat. Of course, sir. Volfred stride towards the black wagon, which must have belonged to him. You sense many conflicting emotions among your companions. Her wagon cuts through the clearing to arrive at the glade of Lugh, where the stars directed you. Volfred nods his approval, but leaves everyone to their devices. As you approach Volfred Sandalwood, you feel very much aware that you reside within his black wagon, rather than he in yours. He studies you in silence for a time, then... Tariq, if you have a moment. Aye, Volfred, sir. What is it? This reader, you deem her worthy. By your estimation? Lone Minstrel tilts his hat in your direction. If you wish my own estimation for Volfred, sir, then I do. Of course, it is not entirely for me to say, but I have seen this reader integrating with the others well. I believe that her achievements are self-evident in having reached Black Basin. Her instructions were deliberately difficult to follow, yet she and the others followed them. Indeed, your words make sense as ever, Tariq. And what does little Tizo think of her, I wonder? Tizo indicates that, as a matter of fact, he is happy to have you around. Bye. There you have it, sir. I see. He continues to examine you. High praise isn't oft spoken by these two, my girl. Nonetheless, I shall be watching you. Now pardon us, Tariq and I have matters to discuss. They leave without another word, although you think you notice the lone minstrel look your way over his shoulder. And a new page. Emperor Mur, scarcely could I recognize him when I last found him. A half-starved animal, horns sprouted from his head, a bestial mirror of his blackened reputation. And I, a man who conquered country, feared my emperor then in such a way I had never known. Oh, excuse me. My charge had been to slay this man, but when I discovered him, he was already fighting for his life. The little imp, Hob, proved of little help against the Sisters of the Ark, whose entire lives were accumulating in this instant. I was unable to watch. My heart ached with such pity for the man, and for the love I felt for him when I had served him. That I sprang to his defense. Interesting. Oh, hey you guys. You know, I guess I didn't get the word out about this new franchise we opened here just now. So I'll give you a great deal. Just tell your friends, okay? Oh, and hey there, Mr. Sandalwood. Good day to you as well, Ron. Hey yo. Take that. And have that. Let's see what we got here. Oh, that's pretty neat. I don't have enough for that one. I do have enough for that one, though. Oh, I also had this to sell. Okay. Alright. We'll figure all that out once we actually get inside the right and I decide who I want to take. You and your fellow exiles arrived at the sacred site called Glade of Lu, and now look to the stars in the sky to signal the beginning of the next rite. The woods about you bring a sense of tranquility you have not felt in some time, but then you notice one of the three trees moves. It shuffles towards you and regards you with an exaggerated bow. Oh goodness, by the roots of Lu Skaren, it would appear that the rumors are correct. The Nightwings have returned. Third of the 8 scribes of the Book of Rites, known as the Wise or the Philosopher. He's said to have fathomed every thought, and his wisdom flows through the river of his name. Oh, I'm liking this song. Oh, but where are my manners, One moment. The sap claws at the mask with its wispy fingers. Much better. H. Banley Tinderstauf, at your service. Perhaps you've heard of me. He's a sycophant who seems certain he will land a position of high standing once he is free. My fellows and myself, you perhaps known us as the Chastity, we shall soon stand against you in the rites. For now, I'm just whiling away the time, making small talk. Now then, as I have introduced myself, your turns. To whom am I speaking? Then in your mind's eye, you see Wolfred, and hear his voice. Manly Tinderstauf is not to be trusted. Reveal neither yourselves to him, nor me. Well... Beneath her mask, Dariel stares back at him in silence. You suspect Wolfred's message may have reached every member of the group. Why now? How very rude indeed. Well, fine. Ignore me, but you do so at your own peril. Anyhow, once this evening rites commence, as at any moment, then I'm afraid ignoring me won't be an option any longer. Oh... And now I do believe the sky is beginning to show. We'll have to chat again some other time. Now come along, come along! Manly bows again and wanders off into a clearing as the stars begin to burn.
The stars align themselves before you, reader. And here now at the Glade of Liu, I have to say, you've come so very far. But there are those, such as your adversaries called the Chastity, who have toiled for this too. They know that with their freedom comes great opportunity. It could be yours instead. Please show the Chastity that the Nightwings are superior.
I wonder, oh honored Nightwings, how well do you know these woods? Why, these woods would strangle you, and I'm afraid I could do little to stop them, even if I tried. You might do better to beware of them. When Jordariel continues to ignore him, he grows upset. Why, you insolent! Then fine, let us begin the dance indeed. He shoves his mask back on in a huff. And allow me to thank you in advance for helping me return unto my proper station in the Commonwealth.
Who shall strive for freedom?
I really like Jordariel, so bring her out. Bringing out Ruki. Can't go higher, so we're gonna keep that on.
Ruki.
Should probably use her.
Kanatha.
And bring in Jody for the... Oh, she won't. She won't go if she's in. Can I? Oh, I can't uncamp.
Ray.
Oops.
Ow.
Well, I guess that's our team. I don't think that I like that Manly very much because it keeps saying that we're rude, but I think that we're nice. Are you quite ready, finally, O Nightwings? May all of those masks of yours ensure no harm should come to any of your lovely contuences. Now, come along, let's give the stars a show. Interesting. May I present to you Humboldt Manley Jr., who is every bit my equal and is poised to guarantee the Tinderstaff line shall have a bright, bright future. He goes on and on about a sapling for a while. Alright, I've had more than my fill listening to that bozo. Say no more. Would that he would say no more either. Now, isn't he just the most precious thing you've ever seen? The sapling is nothing but extension of Manly. If he is banished, the sapling should cease to trouble you as well.
Manly and his offspring hold no small degree of influence within the Commonwealth.
Whoa.
There are many who would welcome his return, though none so much as he himself. Already does your adversary's flame begin to flicker.
Oh ho, what's this? It seems the woods themselves are closing in upon our little soiree. Do be careful now. These grasping roots and vines, they may not hold you in such high esteem as I.
Your adversary Manly is comfortable in this suffocating glade. Yet he longs now magnificent.
Ray's just got that long jump. Oh dear, the woods are closing in. Uncomfortably close at that. Whatever shall we do? Perhaps if you just stand aside a while, we could put an end to this. That much the sooner. Yeah, really not gonna happen, bruh. Oh, Rookie with the jump. Say, have any of you noticed how it's feeling rather crowded in here, hmm? Almost if the 100 Minds himself resent you being here. Yes, I rather think that's it. So cease with all your scurrying about with that damned orb and let me handle this. Oh. Alright, you Nightwings, I've had it up to here with you. Or perhaps I simply had it up to here with all these encroaching plants, these miserable things. Either way, I don't appreciate how you're ignoring me. Oh, I can't.
Positively brutish.
Oh!
Your flames grow weak.
Good job, you guys finally got one on the board. And then Rookie just walks it in.
Fine, yes, the Nightwings did prevail.
Nightwings!
Themselves stood by their side. The ceremony is complete.
Yeah, that's how we do it, people. That ought to wipe the smug look off that sap's face. I knew we could prevail, though Mr. Tinderstuff here. I think he's really upset now. Well, my. Oh, worry not, oh Nightwings. I'm not angry with you, honestly. But I am very, 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 very disappointed. I thought perhaps that we had something going here between us. You scratch my back, I scratch yours and all. Instead, however, you decided to spit in my face. Fine. We'll have to see where all your rudeness gets you. Now, ta-ta!
Always is there greater knowledge to be gained. 'Twould appear that Rookie's not too old.
Faster, stronger, and a little better looking too. I mean, is there anything I can't handle? Nah, Rook, you got this. Ooh.
The moon-touched girl has greater understanding than
The 8 scribes, they so inspire me, and now I feel that I've grown somehow closer to them, maybe. Well, that's cool. That's really cool.
The exiled Tamatha perhaps can learn the
Well,
essence
Tamatha,
of
soon I'll be catching up with you at this, whether you like it or not. Let's see. That's cool.
the holy power of the eldest matriarch. Until the next
That was well done, my girl. I'm beginning to see why your companions vouch for you. Don't let it go to your head, of course. After thwarting the chastity in a rather one-sided contest, you return to your wagon to consider your next move. Their triumvirate bent on exploiting the rights to gain status in the Commonwealth. An adequate performance back there. Adequate? Yes, adequate, for the next part of our plan. Go, have your reader there consult the stars, see where they take you next. I'll give you a hint. It's further north. It's going to be high up. Did this knight hear you say high up? And it's going to be cold. We'll see. Come on, my friend. Let's have a look outside then. That plan Wilfred mentioned, I just want you to know. I don't know what he means. We're here because we're going to be free again. We won't be living out our days as exiles. That's the only plan as far as I'm concerned. But there's always a catch, right? We'll see what Wilfred has to say. Anyways, I'll leave you to it. No matter what, we're getting closer, thanks to you. Oh, jeez. So now you see it for yourself. You are summoned to the north, where looms Mount Allodale. At the very top, the Fall of Solium. The sacred mountain on whose summit the rites were first conceived. Whether its summit is the downside's closest point to the Commonwealth or the farthest, none can say. According to the stars, next right, the temple at the highest point in the downside exists to honor the 8 scribes. You confirm the stars indicated this exactly. Wilfred, sir, how did you know? Wilfred smiles back at you, but you sense his thoughts as though he is directing them at you.
I too can read, my girl. Forbidden though the words may be.
He turned back to Hedwyn. Your reader's skills, while rare, are not unique, but as I said, I'll let her do the job. I see that you have something special going here, which benefits the plan. What plan? I thought this was about our freedom. Oh, fear not, my boy. It is indeed. Plenty of time to tell you about it on the way. For now, however, you look like you can use some rest. And for that matter, so can I. If you'll excuse me. You sense your companions are exhausted from their recent travels. Given the road ahead, you agree it would be best to take the night to recover as much as possible. Oh, cool. And we're going to end that playthrough. This part of the playthrough here. And get up, stretch my legs. And I might come back with something else here in a little bit. Hopefully not get stuck in another YouTube hole where I spend hours watching just one more video. Just one more video. I think y'all know how it goes. Anyways, if you like what I'm doing, please like, comment, or subscribe. All that stuff that regular YouTubers tell you to do. If you want to know exactly when I'm on, go ahead and hit that notification button. And as always, I do appreciate you guys being by. Keep being beautiful. We'll see y'all later. Bye-bye. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. I gotta press this button. This button.